Disclosure. The Snatched Podcast is profane, politically incorrect, political insensitive, anti-organized religion, and is not safe for children or safe for work. Please listen responsibly.
And that bitch from Atlanta Housewives is not no matriarch or anybody's big mama. That's a mockery on you, family.
You're about to get snatched. You're listening to the Snatched Podcast.
You're listening to the Snatched Podcast.
Warning, if you listen to this, your feelings will get hurt.
We are the Crumb Snatcher. Get snatched.
East, Hotel, Ashe, Hotel, Islam, Hotel, Rahu Bag, Hotel, Respect, Hotel, Salute, Hotel, Konnichiwa, Hotel, Arigato, Hotel. Whatever the greeting is in your respective language, Hotel, I am your brother Crumb. Hotel.
Peace, family. Peace. All right, it's taken me forever and a day, but I'm so excited. It has been a long process, but here it is. Okay, so it's me, your boy Crumb. This is the Fool of How the Melanated Woman is God. This is the Fool. Everything I got. After this, I don't have anything else to say about it. Literally. At that point, I'll just be repeating myself. Okay, so before I get into the Fool of how I make my case for how the melanated woman is God, first point is religion. I'm going to the Old Testament on y'all. So, if we look at Jeremiah.
We are the Crumb Snatcher.
I am your brother Crumb.
We are the Crumb Snatcher. Get snatched. Our content is conscious, edgy, and pro-black. Our goal is to uplift and enlighten our people. Trigger warning. Some of you will disagree with the Crumb Snatcher. We are not concerned with being politically correct. We are thought-provoking. Some of you are gonna think that we're angry. You are wrong, yet you're gonna enjoy the ride. Join our antics in conscious thought and new reality. Get snatched.
The views expressed on this podcast are not the views of Positive Vibes Inc., its staff, sponsors, or owners.
First point is religion. I'm going to the Old Testament on y'all. So, if we look at Jeremiah, the first chapter, the 5th verse, it says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you." Jeremiah 1:5 says, "Before I formed you in the womb." Are you following me? Before I formed you in the womb. This ain't no, you come from his rib. This is Old Testament, and it's saying something other than you came from a rib. Okay? The melanated woman is God. She has a womb. This is a feminine aspect, a feminine principle. Before I formed you in the womb, ain't no man or male principle or male aspect has anything to do with fertility and having a forming something in the womb. I'm sorry, not even for fertility, reproduction. This is basically as clear as it gets, but of course I got a long way to go. So here we go. In the beginning, there was the melanated woman, and she gave birth to humanity. In the beginning, there was the melanated woman, and she gave birth to humanity. That's basically my whole point. In a nutshell, at the end of the day, this is what it is. But of course, I'm going to explain this point in great detail. So now, when I say in the beginning, there was the melanated woman, there was the melanated woman alone, family. Won't no men at this time. Won't no men. In the beginning, there were no men. In the beginning, there was the melanated woman, and she gave birth to humanity. From her, you came. Not from him, you came. Your bloodline is not of a man. It's of a woman. Your DNA is not of a man, it's of a woman. You don't come from a man, you come from a woman. So, this time period where there were no men, this was called the Golden Age. Now, I know y'all niggas been raised in slavery elementary, slavery middle, slavery high school, and you went to slavery college. So y'all read this way going that way. But over here, we're going to go from this way, that way. So right here, this is a calendar. This is a calendar, family, because we're dealing with time. This is a calendar. This is the zodiac calendar. And this blue line is a sine wave. So this is the zodiac calendar in a way that you quite haven't seen it. But keep in mind, when you're looking at time, time is always circular. Time is not linear. The European's going to give you a timeline. No. Time. When you look at a clock is not linear. A clock is in a circle. Anybody got a clock? I'm not talking about no Apple Watch. A real clock. They're circular, family. If you've never seen a clock before, hopefully I taught you something. So now, let's see what the Greeks say about this golden age. In Greek legend, there's a theory of an ancient golden age where people lived in peace and prosperity. The first age was an age of innocence and happiness. The first one. This is what the Greeks tell you, because you don't want to go with what your ancestors tell you. So let's see what the Greeks say about it. So there was an age right here. I put this here. I found the quote and I put them together. There was an age of innocence and happiness. This was the first age. So this is a timeline. That's the first. Going back to the first, oh yeah, because time operates in cycles. So here we go. The first age was an age of innocence and happiness. Truth and right prevailed, though not enforced by law. Hold that right there. Truth and right prevailed, though not enforced by law. I want you to hold that part. Nor was there any magistrate to threaten or punish. Now, why is this important? Because I told you already that if you go into the language of the indigenous ancestors, there were no words for prison. There was no word for jail because these institutions didn't exist. There was no need for these things. This is what you call a golden age. Just like I told you in the video, Don't Beat Your Kids, there are no words for institutions like orphanage or old folks home, because during the golden age, these ideas just didn't exist. The forest had not yet been robbed of its trees to furnish timbers for vessels, nor had men built fortifications around their towns. There were no such thing as swords, spears, or helmets. Earth brought forth all things necessary without man's labor in plowing or sowing. Now, this part is very important. Perpetual spring reigned. Spring, family. I need you to hold that too. So now we start here in the calendar. Golden Age is between Virgo and Leo. So it was marked by the Sphinx, the head of a woman, the body of a lion, the Virgo and the Leo. And then we go from the gold to the silver. What you know about silver and gold? That's right, sun and moon. So now, you know, even though the moon isn't as influential as the sun, silver and gold are considered top. You know, silver's not as good as gold, but it's very close. So after silver, we go down. Where do we go down to? Bronze. Bronze is, you know, look at this red line. What calendar is this you're looking at? This calendar is a precession of the equinox. Precession of the equinox is 24,000 years. Just like there's 24 hours in a day, there's 24,000 years in a precession of the equinox. So within this precession of the equinox, we go through this zodiac calendar. And when we're on the bottom of the calendar, that's the Bronze Age and what they call the Dark Age, but really that's the Iron Age. That's the Iron Age, family. But they call that the Dark Age because when these people started dealing with iron, that's when things started really changing. It got really dark. But keep in mind, it's darkest right before dawn. So, you know, when we get from that Dark Age, we go to the Golden Age again. After 1 o'clock comes 2 o'clock. After 6 o'clock comes 7 o'clock. After 11 o'clock comes 12 o'clock. After 12 is not 13. That's military time. After 12, it goes back to 1 again. After golden, it goes back to golden again. So now they said during the golden age, perpetual spring reigned. So now, why is this important? Because you'd be like, well, this whole thing with the golden age, that wasn't necessarily connected to women. It wasn't necessarily connected to women, Crumb. You got to really, connect the dots for me. So here we go. Golden Age Part 2. In Aztec and Mayan, okay, so we just talked about the Greeks. Now we're going to go to the Aztec and Mayans. Why? Because you don't want to listen to what your ancestors say. That's why we in this predicament now. Because you've strayed after the European gods. The Tamahu gods. In Aztec and Mayan writings, there is a myth of a very ancient golden age ruled by a compassionate mother goddess. Now we're ruling with compassion. We're not dealing with a magistrate who has to threaten, force, punish, using threat, coercion, or duress. So if we a little bit deeper into this, in the 1960s, an archaeologist called Maverick led a team to excavate a site in Turkey. This is just Turkey, family. I done took you from Greece to Central America, South America. Now we in Turkey. The site turned out to be the oldest city ever discovered over there. The city was full of feminine energy to the degree that Maverick was forced. This dude is not a feminist. He's not he has no concept of African studies or matriarchal societies. He's not that type of archaeologist. He's a patriarch. So he was forced to say that the people worship an ancient great mother. It was so unsettling that they closed the goddamn site for 30 goddamn years and ignored it due to those complications. Where did they live, family? Where did the Greeks say they live? In perpetual spring.
Hotel.
Spring. Easter. Ishtar. Are you following me, family? Are you following me?
Ancestors.
The melanated woman is God. She comes from the golden age in the beginning when there was no men. In the beginning, there was the melanated woman and she gave birth to humanity. So now, if she was just here by herself, how did man get here? How did man, let's check the math. What does the Bible say? The Bible say it was the fall of the angels, the sons of God. The sons of God. And these were the fallen angels. Well, this is what I want to ask you, family. Did they fall? Did they fall? Or did they see something they liked? Talk to me. Did they fall? Or did they see? When the writing was on the wall, in the golden age, when they lived in perpetual spring, did they fall or did they see something they liked? So they saw something they liked, and this was called the Ark of the Covenant. This thing that they saw that they liked, this was during the golden age. And they wanted to come down here to be with women. But how do you get down here, family? If you the son of God, how do you get down here? Because if you see something you like, you covet it. Am I correct? Or am I correct? When you see something you like, you covet it. So to get down here, you have to make a covenant. What is the difference between contract versus a covenant? A covenant is when is an opportunity and you want something. It's personal. It involves the I am. It's unconditional. It's loyalty. It's trust. It's relational. It's sacrifice. It's sacrifice, family. It's sacrifice. They saw something they liked, so they made a sacrifice. The fallen angels. They didn't fall because they tripped. They made a sacrifice because they saw something they liked. The sons of men wanted, the sons of God wanted to come down here. So they made a sacrifice versus the law you know today. Versus what a contract is. The European or the Tamahu version is an obligation where you have to. It's impersonal. It's conditional. It's leverage. It's suspicion. It's also temporary. But with a covenant, it's something permanent. So we here, family. So we here. Why is this important? Because the Ark of the Covenant was a covenant or agreement or what you call a contract for all life to come through the womb. So when these spirits, these fallen angels, when they want to come down and make a sacrifice to be with the melanated woman, they come through the womb. I'm sorry, wrong button. I don't even know what that button does. Ooh, I see what it does now. Okay. When they make that agreement for you to come through the womb to be with women on the earth plane. This is called the Ark of the Covenant. I told y'all, I already made a whole video about the Ark of the Covenant. So I don't even know why, if this is new to y'all, go watch my video called Ark of the Covenant. It was a contract made between Ma'at, which is really the sisterhood, because there was nothing but women at the time, to bring the souls of men to earth, to the earth plane. This is a contract, or what we call a covenant, because they coveted women. So they made a sacrifice or a fall. When God himself is so attracted to the golden age, he will give up everything he loves to be with a woman. Does that sound familiar, family? Does that sound familiar to anybody, or is that like, nah, I don't get that? Have you been in a position where you love the woman so much you sacrifice every goddamn thing? Because I know y'all can't relate. So this Ark of the Covenant is the gateway. The gateway to the nature matrix. The Matrix was a movie written by a queen named Sophia Stewart. Sophia Stewart was a melanated queen who wrote the book, the script called Matrix. There were two brothers who stole her script, and they actually, both the brothers had sex changes and everything, and I think they both dead, if not one is dead. I know one is dead, but maybe both of them are dead. They lived a short, rough life, but they stole the queen's script, made a movie called The Matrix. If you really look at the movie, family, do you realize that the movie, The Matrix, even the book, the script, The Matrix is a woman, family. The Matrix is a woman. Matrix means breeding mother. Go scroll my page. This is from my page. Matrix means breeding mother. Okay, Crumb. Well, how do you know this? All right, glad you asked. Let's check the math. When Neo finally took the pill, he woke up and realized he was in a pod, an artificial womb. Look, family, this is from the movie. Neo realized he was in an artificial womb. And he's looking at all the other artificial pods or the wombs. And if you look over here, those are all, he's in a whole shit. That's a whole big shit. And Neo's in this woman. Is a matrix. She's a breeding mother. So Sophia Stewart wrote the book called Matrix. The Matrix was a woman. I hope y'all know that. Are you following me, fam? So keep it moving. He had to unplug from the Matrix, quote unquote, the motherboard, electrical energy. So now, if you go and look up electrical energy, and I go into that later, I'm going to talk about the feminine principle in that. But for now, we're going to keep it moving. Law. Why am I talking about law? Because if we go back and look at this quote from the Greeks about the golden age, they're going to tell you that truth and right prevailed, though not enforced by law. Truth and right prevailed, but not enforced by law. So the Ark of the Covenant was a contract. What you know is a contract. Contract establishes law. Law is government. Are you following me, family? Contract establishes law. Law establishes government. Now, the contract came from the covenant. In the beginning, there was no such thing as a contract. There were only covenants. So when Ma'at, or the sisterhood, wrote this covenant so that the souls of men could be delivered and live on the plane to be with women, there was a law for these men to live by. So now that we have this new dynamic to the world, we've got to create a new operation of how we're going to live. And that was the law. So home is the first government. Your mama makes the rules and your daddy lays down the law. Running away is defective, failing, or losing purpose. I'll go into that in another slide. But anyway, home training comes from, home training teaches you how to govern your mentality. Family, what is government? Let me ask you that real quick. What is government? Well, let's break the word down. Govern your mentality. That's what government is. What does that mean, Crumb? That's called home training for all you nigga ass niggas. That's called home training. Where you get home training from? You don't read it in a book. You get that from your mama. So now, I want to put a focus on the word home, because a man can only build a house. A woman makes a house a home. A man can only build a house. A woman makes a house a home. All right, now that I've made my point, let's look at the word Pharaoh for all you Kemetic ass niggas. Because I want to make this clear. I'm not stuck in Egypt. You are. You got a whole goddamn continent. What did they ask Marcus Garvey? They said, are you Jamaican? He said, I'd be a fool if I picked a fucking island over a whole goddamn continent. Nigga, I'm African. I'm not stuck in Egypt or Kemet. Because if y'all niggas was in Mali, I'll be going in Mali to make my point to y'all niggas. If y'all niggas was in the Bible, I'll go in the Bible to make my point to y'all niggas. Y'all niggas was in Zulu land, I'll go to Zulu Nation and make my point to you niggas. But since y'all in Egypt, I noticed. So let's talk about Pharaoh. Pharaoh is not even an Egyptian word. Pharaoh is a Greek word. Are you following me, family? Pharaoh is a Greek word based off an Egyptian word, and they don't even give you the goddamn definition. I'm sorry, excuse me. They don't even show you what the word is. They just said, we got a word for another word that we will not show you, but that word means great house. Pharaoh means great house, family. Are you following me? When this word was first used, it was referred to a palace. And the palace represented greatness, not just the king himself. Not only are you stuck on Egypt, but you're stuck on patriarchy. That's what you're stuck on, for real, for real. That's what it comes down to. Because when you see the words, you can't relate it to anything other than what the European has taught you. Hold on, let me just make sure I'm not covering my microphone or nothing. My bad, family, the camera. Okay, I just want to make sure I'm trying to get comfortable. I'm trying to get comfortable, family. All right, here we go. All right. So now the word Pharaoh. So now, family, let's think about a house in terms of government. Think about a house in terms of government. Because a man can only build a house, a woman makes a house a home. Your nation can only rise as high as the degree of its women. Your nation can only rise as high as the degree of its women. So now we're thinking about these houses. This is your mama house we talking about. A governmental house, the White House. A governmental house, House of Representatives. A governmental house, Congressional House. Who controls the House, the Republicans or the Democrats? No, nigga. Your mama control the goddamn House. Are you following me, family? In the beginning, there was the melanated woman, and she gave birth to humanity. Okay? So now, because we're talking about law, family, we're talking about law. Let's go all the way in. So now you look at the word testify. Testify is Latin. All right, Crumb, you done went into Greek. You done went into Mayan. You done went into Aztec. Now you're going into Latin. Yep, that's right. Why is this important? Because you don't want to listen to what the ancestors say. If I came and talked to you about voodoo, I don't want to hear that, Crumb. If I came and talked to you about the Orisha, I don't want to hear that. Oh, I know Latin. Yeah, let's talk about Latin. Because I'm a Tamahu within my alter ego. I'm not African. I don't connect with my ancestors. Fuck my spirit. I'm all about my physical, the here and the now, Gucci Man and Prada, Dolce & Gabbana. Testify is Latin for the word testicle. Only men can testify. Why is this important, family? Why is this important that only a man can testify? Because only a woman can judge. Are you following me, family? Only a woman can judge. Only a woman can judge. I'm telling you that today. However, I told you this on July 11th, 2017. We damn near into 2018. I told you this in July. I said only a sophisticated elder woman can make law, and only she can judge. This role is personified through the goddess Ma'at, who judges you upon death. She is the matron god. Notice I didn't put goddess. Ain't no gender. She is the matron god embodied through your local matriarch, i.e., who's my local matriarch? Yo, big mama, nigga. A woman makes a house a home, not to be confused with a maiden, señorita, not to be confused with a wife or a regular woman. This is a sophisticated woman of status. Not no house, Atlanta housewives. Why is there Atlanta housewives? Because it's a mockery on your mama house. Atlanta housewives is not how your mama house operate. And that bitch from Atlanta housewives is not no matriarch or anybody's big mama. That's a mockery on you, family. Only men can be judged by a matriarch. Upon his judgment, he must testify in truth. So now let's go to the Bible. Genesis 24. Chapter 24, verse 2. And Abraham said, I'm sorry, I'm gonna give y'all time to get there. When you get there, church, say amen. Amen. All right. And Abraham said unto him, his eldest servant. Now, let's break this down. His eldest servant of his house. That means his chief executor, family. When you die, you get, let's say you have a will. All the stuff in your possession is called your estate. The person who takes over your estate and gives it, and you know, let's say you got money you want to give to the grandkids. The person who executes the will is called the executor. And Abraham said unto his executor of his house family, that ruled over all that he had. And he said, quote unquote, what Abraham said, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh. And Crumb Snatcher had to fill it in. The Bible said, don't add to my word, I'm adding to the word. Fuck Jesus. Fuck God. Because the white man is not no goddamn God. So I'm adding to the word, fuck you. Go to Genesis 24, chapter 2, and the part that I put in brackets, add that shit to your Bible, Christians. And Abraham said unto thee, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh and grab my nuts. And then in verse 3, when you're there, church, say amen. And I will make thee swear or testify. Okay, family? But you know what, Crumb? That's not good enough. I need some more. Crumb. All right, so, well, let's see what Google say about it. You don't want to listen to the ancestors. You want to listen to the Greeks, the Mayans, the Aztecs, the Romans. Well, let's listen to what Google has to say. Testify, Latin definition. Testify comes from the Latin word for testicle. In ancient Rome, two men making an oath of allegiance. Look at these two men. Look at them. Look at that. Look at the Tamahu family. Are you following me? Are you following me, family? In ancient Rome, two men making an oath of allegiance held each other's testicles. And men held their own testicles as a sign of truthfulness while bearing witness in a public forum. The Romans found a word to describe this practice, but didn't invent the practice itself. Okay. All right, family. All right. Why is this important? Because we talking about, hold on, I'm sorry. All right, so why did I make this point of testify? Because only a man can testify, because only a woman can judge. There she is, matriarch. How come only a woman can judge? Because the woman wrote the first contract or the first covenant. This is the Ark of the Covenant. Who's on the Ark of the... Now keep in mind, you can't touch the Ark of the Covenant. I don't know if y'all knew this or not, but you can't touch the Ark of the Covenant. A man can't touch the Ark of the Covenant. Look, there's two women sitting on it. Oh, I can't touch it, but her ass can touch it? Who is she? That's the winged woman who is squatting on one knee. The winged woman on one knee is on the Ark of the Covenant. Why is Ma'at on the Ark of the Covenant, family? The Ark of the Covenant is not some African thing. The Ark of the Covenant is Jewish. Can somebody help me understand that? Because the first woman was a melanated woman, and she established law that allowed men to come to the earth plane. So now that we have that established, I want to beat this horse just a little bit more. And then I'll move on, family. So in that post where I talked about testify, because only a man can testify, y'all be like, why can't women preach? A woman don't got no business preaching because she doesn't testify. You speak to her and she will listen. She's the judge. The judge don't talk to you, you talk to the judge. Okay? So a woman don't testify. Now, this implies that guy's holding the most valuable thing he will ever own, his family jewels. He must be well informed and reliable, thus will not risk his prized possession. Who cutting your nuts off, family? She's cutting your nuts off. If you lie, your nuts get chopped off. That's hell hath no fury like a woman. Okay? So I went a little bit further. I said, in the timeless classic movie Scarface, the legendary crime boss Tony Montana testifies. So what does he testify, family? Explaining in his own words is as good. Explaining that his word is as good as his balls. So here's his quote. He says, "All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one." Because he's genuine. Genuine in whose eyes? Genuine in a woman's eyes. Everything a man does is in honor of a woman, whether you know it or not. It is what it is. All the rap songs. That shit better be something a woman can dance to. If a woman can't dance to your rap song, your shit may not pop like talking about. Because everything we do in this world is in honor of a woman. I don't care what it is you're doing. At the end of the day, your goal is to make your mama proud. That comes to you naturally. You know, one of the most heinous crimes is for a nigga to kill his mama. You be like, damn. That nigga killed. I seen a video of a nigga punching his mom like she's kind of balled up or whatever. Nigga straight fist fighting her. I couldn't even watch the whole video. The shit was just fucking. I'm like, hell no. I'm not putting that in my spirit. Oh no. So now, if a man speaks up during a hard, sensitive conversation, he's considered to have the balls to speak up. On the other hand, if he did not speak when he should have, he is criticized, especially by women saying he has no balls, and he is told to grow a pair. It is her who stands against him if she's not the man that she sees fit. Because what the problem is, women, is some of y'all raising sons that you would not date yourself. Because he doesn't have the balls that he would have had he had more bravado in his life from his father. He had a man who spoke from the goddamn chest. You know what I'm saying? Around him. Clean that goddamn room. You know, nigga, oh shit, okay, boom. All right, that's what it is. You know, baby, all right, come on, clean this room. You know, these type of things have an impression, but nonetheless, I'm not going into psychology, but let's go back into religion. I already talked about Genesis 24. Let's go into Genesis 47. And the time drew nigh. I'm sorry. When the church has it, Genesis 47 and 19. When the church has it, say amen. Amen? Okay. And the time drew nigh that Israel, and we know Israel is really Jacob. Jacob was Esau's brother. When Jacob was born, he was famous for grabbing Esau's heel. Esau means red and hairy. Esau was the firstborn, but Jacob got the birthright through his mother helping him. How did Jacob get the birthright? His mama helped him, nigga. Okay? God didn't help him. His mama helped him. Or, I guess God did help him. And the time drew nigh that Israel must die. And he called on his son Joseph and said unto him, if now I have found grace in thy sight, put, I pray thee. Does that sound familiar to you? Because over here, when I went to Genesis, what did Abraham say? Hold on. Abraham said, put, I pray thee. In Genesis 24. Go back and check me, Christians. So now we have in Genesis 47, Israel. He says, I'm going to testify. And he says, put, I pray thee, thy hand under my thigh. What's under your thigh, nigga? What's under your thigh? My balls. And deal with me kindly. So now that I've talked about testifying, judging, all of these things, dealing with government, the house, the pharaoh. Now that I'm dealing with government, let's talk about defect. Because I put both definitions up here. If you look, you see defect and there's a 2 at the top right-hand corner, and you see defect and there's a 1. So now when we look at defect, the second word, if I don't teach you nothing and you follow Crumb Snatcher, your ass gonna learn about these goddamn words. If you don't learn nothing fucking with me, you gonna learn some words. I got this thing up. I'm just gonna see. Oh, that's how I get rid of that. Oh, that's how. Okay, boom. Oh, okay. I figured it out. All right. So now, if you don't learn nothing from me, you're gonna learn these words. So defect. What a defect is a verb, and it means to abandon one's country. Let's look at it. Look at the word in the sentence. He defected to the Soviet Union after the war. It's a verb. He defected. He left. He bounced on his country. He abandoned them and went to the Soviet Union after the war. Oh, don't think defect is bad. Oh, Tupac dead. No, Tupac defected to Cuba. But nonetheless, I'm not saying that's what happened. I'm just using it in a sentence. Defect, the first version that you know about. Defect is a shortcoming, an imperfection, a lack thereof. And what is their example? This is not, I didn't write this, family. You go look it up. Defect is a genetic defect. So now we're dealing with genetics and we're dealing with government. Why is this important? Because there's a connection between defect and defect. A defect is a genetic defect, a lack thereof, an imperfection. You have nipples, but you can't breastfeed. You are a defect, a shortcoming, a lack thereof. And because you were a genetic defect, based on the word, their words, not mine, you defected. You defected. Abandoned one's country. What am I talking about, family? I'm talking about what they call a fraternity. It's the opposite of a sorority. What is the opposite of a sorority? A fraternity. So now you have these fraternities. In the beginning, there were no fraternities. There was only a sorority. And the sorority was the sisterhood. They weren't called the deltas. They weren't called the pink and green. They weren't called whatever you Greek minded ass niggas think it was. It was called the sisterhood. And I know that all these women, unless you were Greek, Alpha Kappa Alpha, you don't want to fuck with the sisterhood. But they, the Tamahu, they were a secret fraternity of patriarch brotherhood who conspired to tear down the matriarchs and the sisterhood. And they put out ideas like it's a man's world. A man is head of household. And then they perpetuated ideas through politics and religion with ideas like she can't be pope and she can't be president. And then they put more religious context to it and said Father, Son, and Holy Ghost. You know, destroying the original trinity of the father, mother, and child. This was the works of the fraternity or the brotherhood or the patriarchy. Now, let's look at our people, because we have, I'm not saying brotherhoods are evil, family. I'm not saying brotherhoods are evil, because we have had our own brotherhoods. So let's check the map. So now in India in the 1800s, because you have to give a time and a place. You have to give a time and a place. Go back and look at the stories that you loved as a kid. Once upon a time in a land far, far away. You get a time and a place. What's the time? 1800s. What's the place? India. So now we have the origin of a thug. What do they call you, family? Oh, he a thug. Oh, he a thug. He a thug. Y'all love to call a nigga a thug. What did Barack Obama call our brothers out there who stood up for Freddie Gray in Baltimore? Oh, those thugs are rioting. Barack Obama called your ass a thug when y'all stood up for Freddie Gray out there in Baltimore. If you stand up for your people, you a thug. So they called our brother. Where does thug come from? A thug We're history's most notorious criminal cult. Cult is short for the word culture, family. What is a cult? A cult is a type of culture. Hip hop is a cult. It's just a culture, family. Thugs were Hindu and Muslim Indians who worshiped Kali, a goddess of strife and destruction. Well, you know, CrumbSnatcher going to do his research. So now I already looked it up when they said a cult. Oh, y'all talking shit. It's not a cult, it's a culture. And then they said that's the goddess of destruction. Well, let's look up Kali. Kali was a Hindu goddess. That is a true statement. But she was the destroyer of evil. She was the destroyer of evil, family. So when you look at this shit in the beginning, at first eye's view, oh, she was the goddess of destruction. She was horrible. Oh, what did she destroy? Evil. Okay, moving forward. Thugs preyed on travelers, gained their confidence prior to strangling them. Estimated deaths by thugs were as high as 40,000 per year. What that sound like, family? What that sound like? That sound like CNN News at night. Black on black crime. The black man has killed so many people per year, and black people, they just killing. So I'm reading this shit. I'm like, God damn, who wrote this? CNN? You know, they did a little, buy-up, history expose, which was dope. But at the same time, this is a fucking slander campaign. So I looked up what they were doing. So now, thugs, I just skipped down a little bit. Actually, let's keep going. She is believed to be the destroyer of evil. Her name comes from Kala, Sanskrit for dark, black, female. Her 8 arms hold weapons and or severed heads of demons, and the demons resemble the Tamahu people. Thugs were large, well-organized family cultures. What does cult stand for, family? Cult stand for culture. They were well-organized family cultures, or what the Tamahu would call a gang. A gang of what? Robbers and assassins. Who targeted who? The wealthy. Oh, Robin Hood. Steal from the rich and give to the poor. And the membership was passed from father to son. Oh, thugs. The thugs were a brotherhood of melanated men. So now you have these defects, and they're based off genetics and government. But when and they form these brotherhoods, these fraternities. Now, what is their fraternity based on? Their fraternity is based on stealing. From who? The 1%. Whoever wrote this, they want you to sympathize with the 1%. And then at the end of this little history expose on the origins of thugs, after perhaps millions of deaths, here he go, family, over-exaggerating again. That's called hyperbole for all my English majors. So perhaps millions of deaths, after millions of deaths, and they say perhaps because they don't know, they just making shit up. British colonial forces, the British family. Who are the British? The British were really the Romans. Who were the Greeks? The Greeks moved to Rome, who moved to Great Britain. This was the same 13 families who protected their power struggle, finally went into India, and they did what to the melanated man? They put his ass in chains. That look familiar to you, family? That look familiar to you? They estimated that the thugs, after this, they finally eliminated the thugs in the mid-1800s. So, Big Brother won. The power structure overtook. But the point is, this brotherhood, they were based off the god Kali. This brotherhood of melanated men was based off the god Kali. Look at her. Her 8 arms. Well, this one she don't got 8, but she got 8 limbs. 2, 4, 6. Actually, only got 6. But anyway, she has weapons, skulls, and the skulls are pale. Actually, I don't think those are skulls because you see the noses in them. Those are Tamahus. And she's standing on a Tamahu. Here she is again, family. She got her weapon, blood on her knife. Blood on her sword. Now you can see those ain't skulls. That's the Tamahu. And she's standing on the Tamahu as well. Here she is again, blood on her knife. Third eye popping, third eye popping, third eye popping. Tamahu. And she's standing on the Tamahu. There she is. This is what a thug is based off, family. You worship the melanated woman, you a thug. You got to be a part of the brotherhood. You got to go. You know, your initiation into the brotherhood. What's the initiation into the brotherhood, family? What you got to do, family? You got to ride the goat. You got to ride the goat, family. You got to bend over and take it up the butt, family, because the patriarch, they're homosexual. And they're not necessarily homosexual, and it means that they're gay, because a lot of them are married. Most of them are married probably, but they have to do these homosexual initiations to make sure that you know that they are over you. That the man is in charge. This is a man's house. He is head of household. She cannot be pope or president. It is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Son, you must bend over and submit. So now, the original law, based off the sisterhood, was that all life comes through the woman, the womb man, or the Vesica Pisces. That Jesus bullshit they tried to tell you, of the Jesus fish, no, that's the Vesica Pisces. That's the womb, family. That's where all life comes from. Do you see the Ark of the Covenant? Do you see the Ark, family? There's the Ark right there. That's the Ark. That's the doorway. That's the portal. The pointed oval, or the Vesica Pisces, the Jesus fish, they try to put a male spin on it, but this ain't nothing but the womb, is a worldwide symbol for the Great Mother Goddess. It represented the external genitalia of a female. Now we back to the Great Mother Goddess, family. Now we back to the Great Mother Goddess. Crumb, I just tuned in. What you talking about? Well, I'm talking about what they called a golden age. In the beginning, there was the melanated woman, and she gave birth to humanity. She was the Great Mother Goddess. She lived when there was nothing but women during the golden age, based off the zodiac calendar. She represented perpetual spring and fertility. And the Mayans put her with a rabbit. And you connect this with Easter, Ishtar, Isis, the Great Mother Goddess. This is during the time of the golden age of the Great Fall, when the gods, the sons of God, saw something during the golden age that they liked because it represented fertility. So now, fast forward, we have this Great Mother Goddess that they're trying to put Jesus on. That's not the Jesus fish. That's the Great Mother Goddess. So when your grandma have a dream about fish, she don't need to call Dionne Warwick and her psychic friends or the psychic hotline to find out what her dream meant. She already know. It has to do with fertility. Ishtar, Easter, Isis, the melanated woman. Your grandpa, his ass don't be having these type of dreams. His ass be having dreams about some dumb shit. And when your grandpa wake up, he don't even know what that shit mean. That's why he don't fuck with it. Grandpa, what you dream about? Some dumb shit? I don't know. It don't mean nothing. Grandma, what you dream about? Your grandma dreaming about geometry, sacred geometry and shit. Your grandma like, God damn, I had this crazy ass dream about fish. I think one of your sister pregnant. One of your sisters pregnant. No, it ain't me. It ain't me. All your sisters looking crazy in the face. One of them pop up pregnant. In the beginning, God created the melanated woman. The melanated female was chosen by the Creator to be the portal between the spiritual realm and the physical realm. Are you following me, family? Are you following me, family? The melanated female was chosen by the Creator to be the portal, the Vesica Pisces, the Ark of the Covenant, whatever you want to call it, sacred geometry all the way to religion. She is the only force on earth powerful enough to navigate unborn spirits onto the planet. It ain't no rib, family. Your ass didn't come from no rib. Go check the math in Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. The melanated woman is God, family. Only a melanated woman would say some I never told my son, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. No, your mama formed you in the womb. For how long, family? For 9 months, she formed your ass in the womb. The melanated woman is God. Are you following me, family? So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving, because honestly, you're not. I know you're not. So now, when we look at the universe is a melanated woman. The universe is a melanated woman. The Kemites called her Nut. She's a dark-skinned woman. Now, how do we know this? Because the universe is made up of electromagnetic energy. And electro is short for the word electron. Let's check the math. If we go and look up gender of atoms, we're going to find that your electron is female. It's a woman. It's the origin of feminine qualities. It's feminine, the electron, family. So now when I tell you, when I tell you that in the movie Matrix, they were harnessing his electrical energy. They were harvesting his electrons. They were harvesting his feminine energy. The Ark of the Covenant is the nature matrix. Just like you need an email to get into the Facebook realm, you need a woman to get into the Earth nature matrix 3D realm. That's right. And this is all feminine energy. Not only is the universe feminine, the earth is feminine. I know your ass been living under a rock, but this ain't called Father Earth. If you don't learn nothing else in here, you're going to learn that it's called Mother Earth. Duh. Now, Mother Earth is a melanated, fertile female. How do we know she's fertile? Because stuff is growing all around her. Life is coming out of her. Life exudes out of her. When a woman is pregnant, they say that she is glowing. She is glowing. Life exudes out of her. The earth is a melanated female, and she is glowing, and life exudes out of her. Let's check the math. So I went to Live Science, and it says a team of scientists has measured the melting point of iron. What is the core of the Earth, family? Because these pictures didn't come with this article. I put it all together. What is the core of the Earth? The core of the Earth is iron. When you have anemia, you have low iron. What is, go watch my video called Anemia, Fuck Your Doctor. Anemia is iron deficiency. All disease starts as iron deficiency. When you get a cold, you start to get cold. That's why they call it a cold. Because your blood count is low. Why is your blood count low? Because you don't have enough iron. No, that ain't true. That ain't true, Crumb. Listen, nigga, with your nigga ass. What is blood made of? Blood is made of hemoglobin. Okay, what is hemoglobin made of? I don't know. Hemoglobin is made of iron, okay? Follow me. The Earth's core is iron. As it is above, it is below. A team of scientists has measured the melting point of iron at high precision in a laboratory and then drew from that result to calculate the temperature at the boundary of the Earth's inner and outer core, now estimated at 6,000 degrees centigrade. That is as hot as the surface of the sun. The core of the Earth is the same temperature as the surface of the sun. The Earth is pregnant with the sun's child. Why do they call your son a son? When a woman is pregnant, she calls her son a son. Why don't she call him a pickaninny? She calls him a son. So not only is the earth a woman, and the universe is a woman, and God is a woman, the moon is also female. The moon is also a woman. So I'm going to go really deep into this one because I talk about scroll my page, family. Go to my Crumb Snatcher page and friend request me, follow me, scroll my page, because all this shit that I'm posting in this one full PowerPoint is just tidbits I dropped on my page time after time after time. So now we go here. How do I know that the moon is feminine? How do I know that the moon has something to do with women? Okay, let's check the math. A woman's cycle is based off the moon cycle. There are 13 moon cycles. Now, we know that a month is based off the moon. A day is based off the sun, right? The sun comes up, that's the beginning of the day. The sun go down, that's the end of the day. The days are based off the sun. The months are based off the moon. Okay, check. So now we got 365 days, sun days, and divided by 13 moon cycles. How many days that give you, family? What is 365 divided by 13? It's 28 days. Now, a woman's menstruation cycle, if you go look this up, the woman's menstruation cycle is 28 days. Are you following me, family? Is anybody in Facebook land following me? I'm saying that a woman has a biological clock that can be used to tell lunar time or moon time or months. The months are also based on moon cycles, so there should be 13 months, not 12. We know that there is solar time or sun time, and we know that there is lunar time or moon time. Now, what we need to understand is that lunar time coincides with the woman's specific 28-day biological clock. A woman's womb is called a biological clock, okay? Let's check the math. So now we have how many days in a week? 7. How many weeks in a month? 4. What is 7 times 4? 28. Your month should only be 28 days long, just like a woman's cycle. A little bit deeper, just a little bit deeper. I Googled 13 moon cycles. The 28-day cycle is based on the moon calendar in galactic standard time. I'm gonna get y'all niggas off Earth and I'm gonna take y'all niggas outer space, okay? I'm taking y'all niggas outer space. Cause y'all niggas talking about Virginia, California, New York, Israel. I'm gonna take y'all niggas and I'm putting y'all on galactic standard time, okay, nigga? Not Eastern Standard Time, Pacific Standard Time. Nigga, that's the European. The European tell you to turn your clock 1 hour back, okay? Turn your clock 1 hour forward, okay? No, nigga, I'm not talking about that fake European Tamil shit that you on. I'm talking about, I'm gonna get y'all niggas out of space. I'm gonna take y'all niggas from Earth and I'm taking you out of space. Are you following me, family? So now, we have, on my far left, the irregular Gregorian calendar. This is an irregular 12-month Gregorian calendar. Look at shit, family. Look at this shit. Signs and symbols for the conscious mind. This shit is light blue. It's a masculine energy. All masculine. 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks. What the fuck is this? 5 on top, 3 on top, 1 on top, 2 on top. What the hell, family? 6 on the bottom, 1 day, extra day here, missing a day there. That's the irregular 12-month Gregorian calendar. Now we have here the perfect perpetual 13 moon calendar, baby. That's perfect. Perfect squares, baby. Perfect squares. That's perfect, family. It's perfect. 28 days every single time. That's perfect money. And look at the colors. Signs and symbols for the conscious mind. There's a feminine aspect. There's a neutral aspect. There's a masculine aspect. And there's even a void aspect. You know, pink, yellow, blue, and void of all color. 13 moons. Crumb, I need some more evidence. All right, here we go. Kodak. This is a business, family. What did I put in the top right corner? In the 1920s, businesses used 13-month calendars. Kodak used a 13-month calendar. Are you following me, family? There was a factory from 1928, and this is their calendar. 13 months. Are you following me, family? The moon is based off a feminine principle of the woman who is God. The melanated woman determines time, nigga. Melanated woman determines time. Okay? One more point. I just want to beat this horse a little bit more to death in terms of the melanated woman being God and the moon. Allah, because one of my Christian friends, newsflash, if you Christian, you going to hell. You know why? Because you follow Crumb Snatcher. God gonna hold that. Jesus is gonna hold that shit against you. Why was you on Crumb Snatcher page? You knew Crumb Snatcher said fuck Jesus. Why was you on his page? So one of my Christian friends who going to hell anyway because he follow me, he says, why you always attack Christians? Why don't you attack Muslims? Why don't, you know, all right, so here, family, number one, I'm not attacking nobody. I'm just putting knowledge out there and let your ass make a hard goddamn decision. Allah is Muhammad's ripoff of Allat, the all-female Trinity, family. What did I say? I said, you know, and this is from May 4th. I said this a long-ass time ago. I said, we know the Trinity is supposedly the Father, Son, and Holy Ghost, and it's infamously missing the Mother. Well, what you may not know is that the Trinity is really the all-female moon goddess, Allat. Allah is really the female moon goddess, Allat. The ancestors was telling you that the moon is a female, family. Are you following me? Islam, all my Muslim brothers and sisters out there, Islam, okay? Peace. The pre-Islamic. I didn't make that word up, family. What was going on before Islam? Pre-Islam. Matriarchal Islam. Before that Islamic shit came into play, the people, or what you would call Arabs, who lived in Arabia, which was really the land of Sheba, Queen of Sheba. Oh yeah, Queen of Sheba. Where was Sheba? I don't know. Hey, Scooby and Shaggy. Where was Sheba from Queen of Sheba? I don't know, Shaggy. I know you don't know. It was really Arabia, family. So in pre-Islam, or Sheba, the matriarchal queendom, it wasn't a kingdom, it was a queendom. Arabs worship nature. Exactly like Egyptians who influenced their religion. The supreme god was not a god at all, but a goddess. A trinity. Three aspects of this one nature. Allat, Al-Luzi, and Al-Manat. Keep in mind, in Arabic, Al just means the Lat, the Uzza, the Manat, which Manat really resembles Ma'at. I just wanted to point that out really quickly. Muhammad turned them into the daughters of Allah. Because, you know, yo ass who practice bullshit Islam, who don't know the language, if I don't teach your ass nothing, I'm going to teach you the goddamn language. That's what I'm going to teach your ass. Because the ones who speak Hebrew, the ones who speak Arabic, they know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all niggas who still reading English, Crumb, what you talking about? I read my Quran. What did Christians say? Crumb, what you talking about? I read my Bible. Go read your Quran and then look up the words. Just like Christians, go read your Bible and look up the words. Muhammad turned them into the daughters of Allah. But they were really the mothers. They were really the mothers of Allah. Muhammad made up Allah in the 6th century when Islam was created. 6th century? Crumb, what you talking about? Well, what time is it supposedly right now? I just showed y'all the fucked up Gregorian calendar. What time is it supposedly right now? Right now, it's supposedly 2017. What does that mean? That means 2017 years ago, Jesus died on the goddamn cross. 600 years after his bitch ass died on the cross, Muhammad came out a cave talking about Allah. But keep in mind, he said that when he was a grown man. How do we know this? Let's check the math. If you go and look at the book of the major classes, there's a monk, a Catholic monk, who approaches Muhammad when he was 12. And the monk, his name was Babira. Babira invokes Arabian goddesses for 12-year-old Muhammad. The monk goes to him and calls on Muhammad's God. He says to this 12-year-old, "Look, boy," or "Oh boy, you little boy, you 12-year-old boy named Muhammad, let me ask you something in your God name, in the name of Allah, in the name of Al-Uzza. Let me ask you in your God's name, and you better not lie. You should not refrain from informing me of what I ask. You better tell me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God." But what did they call God? God, they didn't call him Allah, because Muhammad at 12 didn't know who Allah was, because he didn't make this shit up until he came out that cave when he was a grown-ass man. Are you following me, family? Are you following me, family? Have I got into the Muslims' ass enough for you, family? Because I done gotten to Jesus' ass time after time again. Let me go over to Islam. Y'all so mad at the Tamahu for 500 years of slavery. The goddamn Muslim enslaved your ass 1,000 goddamn years under Islam. But you so quick to say, I don't fuck with Christianity, but I fuck with Islam. And they asses enslaved, the Arab enslaved your ass for 1,000 goddamn years. And the goddamn Tamahu didn't get to 1,000. But you mad at the Tamahu, but you don't know who your friend is and who your, I'm mad at him, but I'm not really mad at him. And I'm really mad at him, but I'm not quite mad at him. What did Dr. Ben say? Dr. Ben said, you ain't, black man, melanated man, you ain't got no friends except the melanated woman. Melanated man, you ain't got no friends except for the melanated woman. So, to the melanated man, I say to thee, if the melanated woman ain't your God, then you ain't got no God. You fucked up Shit's Creek, nigga. If the melanated woman ain't God, goddammit. Cause you ain't got nobody else. You ain't got no other religion. Cause all the religions stole from your ass and they called you a bitch ass nigga. And called you a mama's boy when you tried to give honor to your mother. That's right. That's right. When you tried to give honor to your mother, they called you a mama's boy, nigga. Because Isis was the great virgin, okay? Okay? What does that say, family? What's that say? I'll read it to you because y'all niggas don't like to read anyway. In the text of the Abydos temple of Seti I, Isis herself declares, I am the great virgin. I didn't write this, family. I didn't write this. She says she the great virgin. Before the king sat on the throne, what was the king? Your mama's lap was your throne. If you say you a king, nigga, your first throne was your mama's lap, okay? Are you following me, family? The Egyptian goddess who was equally the great virgin and mother of God. Okay, you know what? Fine. The melanated woman ain't God. She's the mother of God. What do you call the mother of God, goddammit? She ain't God. She give birth to gods, nigga. No. You don't understand what I'm saying. I don't drive a Lex. I own the company. That's what these niggas telling you. It was in the stars, family. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Because I feel like you're following me, but in my heart, I feel like I still don't got you convinced. But that's okay, because I got more for your ass. It was written in the stars. You see this right here? See this right here? It was written in the stars. What stars? The constellations? What constellations? The Virgo. At the beginning of this, if you're just tuning in, I talked about the calendar. In the beginning, there was the melanated woman. When, family? In the beginning. When, family? In the beginning. When is the beginning? The beginning is Virgo. The beginning is Virgo, family. So now we have a time period during the age of the Virgo. The constellation is written in the stars. What stars? The Virgo constellation. Because we know that the Virgo is the Virgin. Now, I did a Facebook post on the Virgo or the Virgin, and I didn't paste it. I just remembered I did it, and I just remembered I wanted to put it up here. My apologies. Scroll my page. Also, follow me on YouTube. I'll go to Crumb Snatcher. But for now, the constellation Bethula. The constellation Bethula. It's not even called the Virgo constellation. It's called Bethula. Because we're dealing with Greek or Hebrew. I'm sorry, Greek and Hebrew. What's the Bible written in? Old Testament Greek, New Testament Hebrew. I'm sorry, excuse me, dyslexia. Old Testament Hebrew, New Testament Greek. Greek etymology of the word virgin. The Greek word for virgin is Parthenos. And Bethula, or Virgo, had the title of Parthenos Dios. What did I tell you Venus was? Venus is a Roman name for this goddess. Venus was really Aphrodite's, because Venus is what they called her in Rome. Aphrodite is what they called her in Greek. Aphrodite's is Aphrodites, deities, diva, deity, Dios. Bethula, Virgo, had the title of Parthenos Dios. Dios does not mean God. Dios means goddess. Now we're going in Latin and Spanish. I'm going into the words, family. You got to follow me on this. But she had a title. Bethula, the Virgo, she had a title of Parthenos Dios, or the Virgin Goddess. Parthentic, of the nature of a virgin. Parthenon, the name of the temple of the Virgin Goddess. Athena. Parthenon was the name of the temple of the Virgin Goddess Athena on Acropolis at Athens. Why is this important? Because if you look at a pantheon, that is a house of gods. Who gives birth to a god? A woman gives birth to a god. So what do you call her? You call her a pantheon. She is the house of the gods. I told y'all Pharaoh means great house. Whose house? Your mama house. A Parthenon, a temple, a pantheon, a house. Going into government again. Parthenogenesis means reproduction without fertilization, from modern Latin, literally meaning birth from a virgin, or in the Bible, immaculate conception. Isis said, I am the great virgin. And I want to check the math on that real quick, because that was the part that I didn't read. Isis said, I'm the great virgin. So now, right here, the Egyptian goddess, who was equally the great virgin and mother of God, was the object of the very praise bestowed upon her successor. Her praise is now going to the Virgin Mary. So this great virgin is not Mother Mary, but Mother Isis. And this story is written in a constellation. It's written in the stars. What stars? The constellation called Virgo, or really called Bethula, or Bethula, or Jesus of Bethlehem. Now we're going back into Jesus. Why are they keep trying to tie Jesus to this? Because when you look at the Jesus fish, it's really the Vesica Pisces, Jesus of Bethlehem, Jesus of the Virgo, Jesus of Bethula. So now I'm going to skip this middle paragraph and go to the bottom paragraph. Bethula is the only female figure among the 12 in the Wheel of the Stars. Ezekiel's wheel, for all my Christians, was really the zodiac calendar. The Dendera, as some would call it, from the Kemetic science mystery system teachings. Bethula is the only female figure among the 12 of the Wheel of the Stars, or the Wheel of Ezekiel, and as such has been associated with the most main female deities, as I was saying in the beginning: Ishtar, Easter, Aphrodite. I already said Aphrodite. Who's another famous one up here? Of course, Isis. And of course, who her fanfare was taken from her and given to her successor, who was the Virgin Mary, who was not the first Immaculate Conception. It was not her. But another Egyptian image of Bethula was her holding young Horus, otherwise known as infant sun god, or Tammuz in Babylonian culture, last of the divine Egyptian kings. Later, this effigy was transformed into the Virgin Mary holding infant Jesus. So when I keep telling you they keep trying to hide your stuff and code your stuff, I'm just when I do these videos, I'm just trying to break down the code. Ezekiel's will. This is Ezekiel's will. This is the star will. A circle inside of a circle. Are you following me, family? All right. So I think I'm about. I got a little bit of a quarter left to go. So here we go. I'm gonna get a little deeper into the science right now. Did you know that women predate men? The oldest fossilized bones ever found were women, bar none. All of them were discovered in East Africa, Ethiopia to be exact. These women could reproduce asexually without the assistance of males. This was done by the Bartholin gland, which women still possess to this day. Did you know that women could reproduce semen in their bone marrow? Also, did you know that the X chromosome is five times larger than the Y chromosome? Women created us. Now, the thing about cloning, how are they cloning? They're taking stem cells. I didn't put this in the video, in the PowerPoint presentation, but I will put this in my edited version. So in this version, I'm doing it now, but in my edited version, I'm going to add this. Where do stem cells come from? Okay, so it says embryos. True, that's a true statement. They get it from embryos. But now, I just typed this in, family. I didn't do no research on this. I just already knew it. I just typed this shit in to confirm to y'all niggas, because y'all be doubting me every single goddamn day, second, minute, hour, how would have you. Adult or somatic stem cells exist throughout the body after embryonic development and are found in different types of tissue. Stem cells have been found in tissues such as the brain, bone marrow. First, the areas they list, the first one is bone. Then they say blood vessels. Then they go back to, that's skeletal muscles. But nonetheless, bone. So when I say bone, I'm gonna add there, and I'll go into a little more detail on that as well. So now, these are the characteristics of the zodiac signs. So if you're an Aries, you're very courageous. You're very magnetic. Skipping down. If you're a Leo, you're very egotistical. You're very charismatic. If you're an Aquarius, you're very clever. You're very aloof. Now, what is Virgo? What is Virgo, family? Virgo is pure and independent. Why does it say pure and independent? Because they're talking about the virgin birth, the woman that gave birth to everything in the beginning. Because your ass don't want to acknowledge it. But guess who acknowledged it? That's the Pope, family. He prayed to the Black Madonna, the melanated Madonna. That's the Pope, family. Your ass still praying to white Jesus? well, the guy who gave you white Jesus, he praying to your God. A melanated woman. Okay? In the beginning, hold on, family. Because I'm going to rewrite the Bible. I'm going to rewrite the Bible. This is how my Genesis story sounds. All right, kids, bedtime story. You ready? Yes, Daddy. All right, here we go. In the beginning, there was the melanated woman, and she gave birth to humanity. The end. Oh, that was an awesome story. You're the greatest. Thank you. I know. All right, I'm just joking. I'm not egotistical. But anyway, yeah. So when I'm telling you these stories, family, it has its origins. It has its origins. So now when we're dealing with origins, because in the beginning there were no men, just women. That's why the melanated woman is God, because she's the template. She is your origin. So now we look at The Coming. This is the book, The Coming. That's a cartouche with glyphs in it, for if you don't know. So in the book, The Coming, not a chapter, a scroll. Scroll 1, verse 114. Question. So where did the Y chromosome come from? Answer. Verse 114. The Y chromosome comes from a female scientist known as Ninty, or Mother Ninty, or Nunette, who experimented with the side of an X chromosome, maiming it by removing 2.8% of the X chromosome. This resulted in a maimed lower right stem, giving the appearance of a Y, which produces less genetic material, resulting in a Y chromosome. It's called chromosomal manipulation, and it is a well-known experiment today that a lot of people do. This picture wasn't in the book. I added this picture. This is the Queen Ninty, Queen Mother. Figure 54, Mother Ninty, the great scientist. Oh, Yakub. In the beginning, there was the melanated woman, nigga. Who gave birth to Yakub? Riddle me that. Moving forward. Here is an X chromosome. X, and here's a Y chromosome. I put this orange line here just to show you where the missing right bottom stem was at that made it look like a Y. So the Y is really an X missing the bottom right leg. Just want to show you that because I know some of y'all people are going to talk shit and say everything under the sun about this presentation. So now, I looked it up, fam. Just because it's written in somewhere in one place, I got to find more stuff. But it was hard to find it. So this is what it says. It says, research has investigated the idea extensively. Now, what did I look up? I looked up genetic material. Who has more genetic material, us or them? And it starts as a sperm. Well, you want to get down to the simplest aspect of the melanated woman? Let's look at sperm. And I'm going to tell you why in a minute, because you'll be like, oh, sperm, that's a man. No, follow me, family. Researchers have investigated the idea extensively in a series of studies and have found no difference between the size, shape of the X and the Y sperm. So this sounds like it's going against me, right? I was mad. They said not the head, not the width, not the length, not the no area, not the tail length, not any size, not any shape. So I'm reading this shit. I'm like, damn, they going in against me. Keep reading. And they checked this in both male and female sperm, normal sperm. And unhealthy sperm as well, and found the exact same thing, family. No discernible difference. And then they put at the bottom, so I had to bold that shit. Except for one difference. Aside from the very small 2.8 difference in genetic material, of course. It's like them fucking commercials. Oh, you should use this new medicine. This new medicine, it does this one absolute great thing. It makes you happy. And they go through all these reasons. oh, you should do it because of this and this and this and this and this and this. And then at the very end, they have that little shit that they got to put in there for credit purposes, but they say it real slow. This shit won't end parentheses. I'm sorry, this shit was in parentheses. I didn't put those parentheses there. This whole shit was a copy paste. I just bolded this shit to show you that they put the real information at the end. This medicine may cause heart attack, suicide, blood in your pee, just all types of shit, but they say it real fast. Aside from the fact of the very small 2.8 difference in genetic material, of course. Oh, you motherfucker. You silly ass, stupid ass, lying ass, bitch ass, faggot ass motherfucker, cause y'all do that shit on purpose. This is why you shouldn't send your kids to school, cause these academics and the way they present the information is very sly. So now your ass go to school and you think you came from the rib of a man. I'm sorry, you go to church, you think you come from the rib of a man. You go to school and you don't think the melanated woman is God. So now when you look at these chromosomes, that's XX and XY. What did I tell you about curviness, family? Curviness represents feminine. Anything curvy is feminine. A Coke bottle shape is like a woman's curvy, big breasts, wide hips, so on and so forth. But so now here's the male. The males have no curvature. In addition to that, his Y is hella small. His Y is hella small, family. So now I took you from here where the Y, when it first got clipped, it was the same size. Now his shit small as a bitch. It's shrinking, family. It's shrinking. So why is it shrinking? It's degrading, degenerating. When you are born, you are another generation. But when you have a copy machine, after it keeps copying stuff, it's called first generation, second generation, third generation. And anybody who has ever worked in an office setting or ever had to make several copies of one original, you notice that, let's say you lose the original and you have to make a copy of a copy, it degenerates. Yo, evolution. You always talk about how a nigga evolve, but don't want to talk about how niggas devolve. You don't want to talk about how niggas degenerate. You not a regular person from a generation. You a degenerate. You ever heard somebody call somebody a degenerate? Defined as deterioration of live cells following injury. What injury, family? This woman. I'm sorry, wrong one. This woman, she maimed, it's in the book, family, she maimed the bottom right-hand corner, leg of an X and made a Y. And what is the definition of degeneration? It's maim something is to cut it, to injure it. So injury, with the possibility of being an injured cell, where we're talking about biology, injured cells to reverse the normal when the injury is removed. But this injury cannot be removed. So this is a permanent injury. So the deterioration of the cell is evaluated in terms of, I'm going to skip that last one. Injury is defined as any harmful stimulus that induces disturbance in the homeostasis process. Homeostasis is just a fancy word for balance. So now that they knocked because can you see the balance within the X? This side balances that side. This side balances that side. But there is no balance here. You top heavy. You don't got no balance here. So now when you injure it, or in this woman's case, she maimed it, the cell starts to shrink. So now you be like, oh, Crumb, you making shit up. Well, if I'm making shit up, go research the shit. Why is the Y chromosome shrinking? God damn it. I gotta cuss because I feel like, they say people who cuss are more honest. I feel like I gotta really bang this shit into y'all head. So when I be asking you this shit, I be really trying to express myself on y'all niggas. Why is the motherfucking Y chromosome shrinking? God damn it. Okay? So now, if we look at number 1, it's 2 X chromosomes, and they're perfect. It says non-sex chromosomes swap bits of DNA every generation. So this is just women. This is just women, family. So then in number 2 is along came a spider, the SRY defect. A random mutation creates the SRY gene which triggers male development. Okay? I didn't write this, family. I didn't make this shit up, okay? Are you following me, family? So now, because this is beginning. In the beginning, hold on. Number 1. Even though I didn't make this, if I would have made this is what I would have put for that number 1. This right here, that's number 1, right? This is what I would have put. Number 1. In the beginning was the melanated woman. She gave birth to humanity. That's number 1 right there. That's number 1. Then, number 2. Why is the Y shrinking? Number 2. Fall of the angels. Because of the Ark of the Covenant. Crumb, how do you figure that? Because a covenant, you have to make a sacrifice. They gave up their godlyhood to come down here to this realm to be with the souls of women. What is the Ark of the Covenant? The Ark of the Covenant is the agreement that all life shall come through the womb. You not coming here through no man's rib, goddammit. You coming here through a womb, okay? Okay? Well, even if you don't say okay, fuck you then, okay? How about that? Number 2. Now, just so you know that we're going over time, number 3 says over time. Other sex-specific genes accumulate around the SRY. What type of genes, family? Sex-specific genes. These genes are shrinking the X into a Y. I'm sorry, no, the Y, at first there was an X, even though right here they slick because they don't show XX. So this is androgynous. Then they show the XY once it has a genetic defect. Then they show the XY once the defect has defected. What do you mean, Crumb? The defect has defected. Look at the definition of defected. Defect is when you abandon your country, you abandon your government. Once you abandon your government around these patriarchs, this brotherhood, this fraternity. Hold on, I'm trying to find a picture. Once you abandon for these patriarchs, these brotherhoods, these fraternities, and you don't base it around the melanated woman, because this right here, the origin of a thug is a brotherhood, but it was based around women at the end of the day. So when you start to do this, your X starts to shrink. The X is made into a Y, the Y starts to shrink. Now we are number 4. Now the X and Y have only a small stretch of DNA in common. Look at the Y, family. Ain't no black left to it. It does shrunk. It shrunk so bad in this one. So now, you be like, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. Who ever heard that? A father can only pass on his Y and track it if he has a son. You know the son got your Y chromosome. If he has a daughter, his male Y chromosome does not pass on. So what passes on? He passes on his mother's female X. So he has a daughter. The mama can only give an X. She's XX. Those are her chromosomes. The father's XY. He can give an X or a Y. If he gives a Y, his Y chromosome is done. His daughter cannot pass that Y on because she never inherited it. She only inherited her mother's X. So genes do not pass on through the father's bloodline. Why? Because the father, if he does not pass that Y, then his bloodline disappears. He passes on his mother's bloodline. So now when I tell you the X is, the Y is shrinking, here's a genetic picture of an X and a Y. This is not a regular chromosome. You look at chromosomes, the chromosomes are the same size. This is a sex chromosome. So the X is female, the Y is masculine, male. The X chromosome is notably larger than its Y counterpart. It has 1,020 more genetic materials in it. X contains 1,098 genes, and the Y chromosome only contains 78 genes. She has more genetic material. That's why when I looked up, it said 2.8%. I said, oh no. This funky ass, silly ass, cultural ass book, I'm not reading this shit. No, these people, you don't got no real pictures of them, even though cameras didn't exist in that time. You draw these pictures and shit, but y'all using specific numbers, like they removed 2.8% of the X chromosome. I said, oh, I got to find that. So when I look, It said, no. It said, no. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to hit that. Control Z. Let me go back. I said, all right, well, what about the 2.8? No. And at the very end, well, yeah, the 2.8, it is real. And then I went on, it said it might be up to, it says anywhere from 2.8 to 7. That means on average, she's passing along 2.8% more genetic material. Sometimes her ass may be carrying 10% more genetic material. Sometimes he might be carrying less genetic material. So now, one more example of how she's strong genetically, and then I'm gonna move on. Now, we need her, because even if her genes are messed up, they're still better than ours. What am I talking about? Notice, I want you to notice that the feminine sign for a woman is the Ankh. Signs and symbols for the conscious mind. What is the sign for a female? The Ankh. Are you following me, family? What is the feminine sign for a female? The Ankh. Okay, here we go. So we have the XY on the top left-hand corner, and it's blue, just to make sure it's masculine. It says a healthy father. Then, and a healthy father, he has an X, and his X is big, and he has a Y, and his Y is small. The healthy mother, she has an X, and her X is big. She has another X, and her other X is big. That's balance. His genes are out of balance. Her genes are balanced. Now, she's a healthy mother, but she's carrying a defect. But this, even in the genetic material that they poisoned her with, she's still okay. Because she don't show these things. The son has the mother's healthy. So the son, he gets this. Hold on. Let me show you. The son, he gets this. This is her healthy X. He gets her healthy X, and he's a healthy son. The daughter, she gets the mother's healthy X, and she's okay. But let's say the daughter gets the mama's bad X, and the father's healthy X. The daughter's still okay. But if the son gets the mama's bad X, his Y ain't strong enough to keep the balance. So when I tell you that he is not balanced and she's balanced, she has the ability to hold that nigga down. She can hold his ass down. The daddy, his genes can't hold the son down. Her genes are stronger than his genes, and now he's the affected son. Because daddy's weak ass genes over there weren't strong enough to keep him healthy. So now we're talking about genes and how they start to deteriorate. Because after the melanated woman came to Earth, she maimed some genes. She maimed a chromosome, created the male, and genes started to deteriorate. So now these are what I call rainbow mutations. This is not a real word. You can't go Google rainbow mutations. But if you look it up, you're going to find, hold on. Let me get this off the screen. People are inboxing me. Let me get this off the screen, family. I just want to, oh, that's not, can I refresh this and still not mess up? I'm trying to watch my Facebook page without, okay, I didn't mess it up. All right. So, I got about 50, 60 people watching me right now. I just want to let y'all see that I appreciate your love. You are following me. It's much love. And are you tuning in? So rainbow mutation, what is that, Crumb? Because you made that word up. The OCA2 gene, this is real. It's called an iris. If you look up the word iris means rainbow. Melanated people don't have an iris because brown is not a part of the rainbow. So in the beginning, there were no irises. Now the O2A2 gene, or the iris gene, provides information making the melanin in the melanocytes, the specialized cells that produce melanin. So if the O2A2 gene makes melanin. Now the HERC gene, that is blocking the OCA2 gene. So now O2A2 is sitting out saying, okay, body. Okay, so let's say you have a baby. Your baby was just born, just conceived last night. You was getting down and you got pregnant last night. And it's probably funny because somebody up here is probably pregnant too. So now you got pregnant last night. Now all the baby's body is starting to form. When the baby develops its O2A2 gene in the chromosome, because this is a gene. Where are your genes at? Genes in the chromosome. When it has that O2A2 gene in the chromosome, the O2A2 gene tells, because this is information. Follow me. Your genes, your chromosomes, that's all information, genetic information. When you are a genius, you are able to pull information from your genes from your young and early age. All your information is in your genes, family. How does a bird learn to fly? This is genetic memory, information in your genes. So now this information is giving instructions. Okay, body, I want you to have brown eyes. Okay, body, I want you to have brown lips. I want you to have brown hair. I want you to have brown skin. I want you to have olive tone, lips or what have you, something like that. But now the HERC gene, when the information gets sent out, is blocking it. So when this information gets blocked from a lack of information, you get the rainbow. When you break the information that all colors come out of black, but to get those colors, you got to break black down. To make a couple omelets, you got to crack a few eggs. So when you break the gene, you get the rainbow that comes out of it. So now, fast forward a little bit. Long story short, this mutation is found in people with blue eyes who all share one common ancestor with whom the mutation originated. And then I just pulled this meme because I liked it. Did you know all blue-eyed people can be traced back to one person who lived who lived by the Black Sea about 10,000 years ago? That's right, family. Before 10,000 years ago, nobody had blue eyes. Before 10,000 years ago, only the brown-eyed woman walked the earth. Okay? Okay? Are you following me, family? Then, because of one of these genes, one of these chromosomes that this woman had cut and made a Y, they started shrinking because it was less genetic material. And when it shrunk, it caused genetic inferiority. So who's affected, family? Is the daughter affected? No. The daughter affected? She's a carrier. Is she affected? No. The son. He's affected. He's affected. He's affected. Why is he affected, family? Because your son, what is your son? Your son is a genetic defect. He's a defect, family. He's a defect. What is a defect, family? Something with a shortcoming, lack thereof. You got the parts, but they don't work. They don't work, family. So now, because she, and now don't think she's evil because she did that. She did that so your ass could come here. You be like, oh, I love women. I saw something that I liked and I want to come down and get it. Well, if you come down and get it, you had to make a covenant or a sacrifice. You had to make a sacrifice. What was the sacrifice? The sacrifice is that you were a genetic defect. You were genetically inferior. So now within your genetics, 9 out of 10, because of your inferiority, these genetic defects are only going to show through the son, the affected son. That's how genetic diseases work. The woman can carry it and she's okay, but the son, not so much. So now, why is this important, family? I made this right here. Black absorbs all colors. White reflects colors. So anything that is dark is going to absorb more colors. Anything that is light is going to reflect more colors. So the darker the color, the more light it will absorb, or the more colors it will absorb. The lighter the color, the less colors it will absorb. So you tell me, family, you tell me, is blue or this shade of blue, is it darker than brown, your eye color, your iris color, supposedly your iris, or is it lighter than brown? So this person is going to absorb less light less color than your eye is by nature, because things that are light reflect color. Things that are dark absorb color. So because you have a darker color eye, you're going to see at a better quality. So like A, you probably got no problem seeing A. B, I don't know. You might have a challenge seeing B. C, I don't know. Can you see the number inside of C? D, hopefully you can see that. But maybe like E, you might have a challenge seeing E because you have a lighter color eye. So you be like, oh, this baby got beautiful eyes. Well, guess what? This baby ain't strong enough because the genes ain't strong enough to see like the original woman can see, because she has the best genetics. She is the best. She is the God. She's everything. What is phenomenon? Phenomenon is sight, touch, taste, sound, smell. She can see better than you can. So if the melanated woman created her own eye exam, your ass would fail, bitch. If the melanated woman created her own eye exam like this, your ass wouldn't be able to see A, B, C, D, E, F. Your ass won't be able to see shit. Because her standard is higher than yours. Because she has more genetic information than you have. Nigga. So now, I'm your humble brother. Anatomy, because y'all be like, I love you. What about the Tamahu woman? She's a woman too. She's a woman too. Well, when you look, I typed in, what did I type into Google, family? Biggest muscle in the body. The biggest muscle in the body ain't your brain, silly. The biggest muscle in the body ain't your goddamn biceps. Oh, it's arm day today. The biggest muscle in your body ain't your legs. It's legs day today. The biggest muscle in your body is your gluteus maximus, the largest muscle in human body. It is the large and powerful because what is its job? Anatomy and physiology. Anatomy is the body part. Physiology is the function. What is the function of the gluteus maximus? The function or the job of the gluteus maximus is supporting the trunk of the body for erect torso, to keep you standing erect. It is the chief anti-gravity muscle that aids in walking upstairs, walking erect. Then I had to put this. European women infamously have small butts, making it easier to understand how they walked on all fours at one time. So when we talk about genetics and genetic superiority, they talk so much shit about you as a melanated woman because of who you were genetically being superior to them. Oh, Crumb, you reaching. Well, the first big butt the Tamahu ever saw was a woman by the name of Sarah Bartman. They were so infatuated with Sarah Bartman that they put her on display in a museum in France. Okay, family? They put the queen on display in a museum in France. And they wouldn't, you know how they take African artifacts. Okay, but y'all, this body snatching. You body snatching right now, family. You body snatching. You want some creepy shit. When did they do this? The 1800s. Early 1800s, they brought Sarah Bartman back to Europe, and they called her Venus. They called her Venus because Venus was the love goddess, Aphrodite. They called her Venus. Go look up Sarah Bartman. And then in the mid 1850s, because where's her body at? In the museum in France. Nelson Mandela had to get her body back and say, give the queen a proper burial she deserves, goddammit. Take her ass out of the museum and let her rest in peace. So by the mid 1850s, this was called the Victorian age. And by the time they saw Sarah Bartman, they said, oh, I want to have a big ass too. Look at the arch in their back, family. What's the function? To support the torso. But they ass had to fake it because they walked on all fours, family. They walked on all fours. Are you following me? I just hit 60 people viewing the Jane. So shout out to the families. Thank you so much for the love. So now they emulated her because they didn't have the strong genes that she has. So when I tell you all these things about women, I'm not talking about the European. I'm talking about the melanated woman. I'm not talking about the Asian. I'm talking about the melanated woman, the one with the big butt naturally. I'm not talking about no lipo. I'm sorry, not lipo, but whatever that. What did Nicki Minaj say? Don't worry about if my butt fake. Bitch, your butt fake. Nicki Minaj said in that song, don't worry about if her butt fake. Bitch, your butt fake. Tell this bitch, where did Nicki Minaj get that from? The European said, don't worry about if my butt fake. Bitch, your butt fake. The melanated woman is God and your ass is a faker. Moving on. So now we got sight, because she see better than you. We got touch, because she has a better body than you do. And now we have taste. What was KFC's secret? What was the Colonel Sanders' secret? The European don't have the taste buds you have. The European is famous for not being able to taste. His secret recipe was that he had Big Mama in the kitchen. We have a better or she has a better tasting ability, thus her food tastes better. Big Mama was KFC's secret. What the Tamahu know about frying some goddamn chicken? Come on, somebody. So she tastes better as well. Now, let's go back to touch one more time. She experiences touch at a deeper level than any person on earth. Why is this important? Because I told y'all about them goddamn C-sections. Oh, Crumb, I needed a C-section. You did not need a C-section. Well, you can't have a baby, Crumb. So you until you can have a baby, you can't tell me how to do it. Well, sister, I'm not gonna call you a bitch, but you sound like a bitch. Sister, who was the father of OBGYN genealogy, abortions, and the father of what else did his ass do? C-sections. His name was J. Marion Sims, considered the father of modern genealogy. Sims experimented on enslaved black women in Alabama without anesthesia. Why? Because according to him, the black woman don't feel no pain. Why do they tell you to get a C-section? Because that nigga told them to tell you. You see your sisters in the back? They know what's about to happen in your ass. That's how the C-section came about. A mad goddamn scientist. That's who that is. A mad scientist. And he don't know shit about the melanated woman, but he the one who made that recommendation that your ass need to have that C-section. Why? He told you to lay on your back to have a C-section. To give birth. Your ancestors said, stand up. Don't look down when you pray. Don't get on your knees when you pray. Stand up when you have your baby, melanated woman. Squat, whatever you got to do. But don't lay down because it's going to cause complications. And you're going to have to follow his route. If you want to do what the Europeans say, your ass is in trouble. Now, I want to mind you. Look how she's sitting, family. Look how she's sitting. How's she sitting, family? How's she sitting, family? I just want to point that out real quick. Signs and symbols for the conscious mind. I don't know if anybody caught that or not, or if it's interesting or what, but I'm about done, so I want to point that one out real quickly. Now that y'all know who gave you that bright idea. Oh, you need a C-section. Why? Because J. Marion Sims told him that you had to have a baby laying down a European way. But you are a god and you don't need no man to do shit for you. Go get your sister, but you don't want your sister. Who is your midwife? Who's that, family? That's a midwife. Tell the midwife she's not allowed in the laboratory. The plantation wasn't for picking cotton. The plantation was a goddamn laboratory. And they experimented on God in that laboratory. Moving forward. Moving on, family. The first line of immortal human cells. Hopefully I'm not teaching you nothing right now. Hopefully you already know. But if you don't know, the first line of immortal human cells were called, or are called, HeLa cells. HeLa cells, family. Why are they called HeLa cells? There we go again. There he is. Who is that, family? That's the mad scientist. Who is that? That's Henrietta Lacks. Henrietta Lacks, before her death in 1951. I'm sorry, this is Henrietta Lacks before her death in 1951. Her doctor took and saved several tissue samples from her cervix without her permission or knowledge. If you take something from somebody without their permission or knowledge, that's not saving, family. That's stealing. His ass said, oh, I saved it. I saved it. No, nigga. Tamahu, you stole it with your mad scientist ass. Because when I try to tell you, melanated woman, that they in this bitch and they experiment on your ass, no, Crumb, my doctor told me this and my doctor told me that. Fuck your doctor. There go your doctor right there. Fuck your doctor. There go your doctor right there. Fuck your doctor. I hope y'all hearing me out there in Facebook land. Fuck that nigga. He didn't save shit. He stole it from you, okay? Okay? From those cells came the world's first immortal cell line. Immortal, family. They experimenting on women. What did they find in the Chinese woman? Nothing. What did they find in the Tamahu woman? Nothing. What did they find in the Greek woman? Nothing. The Irish. What did they find in the melanated woman? From her cells came the first immortal cell line. What does immortal mean, family? Not mortal. She will never die. This woman is not dead. Where is she at? She's in his laboratory. Right now, family. He took cells from her body, and they're alive in laboratories all over the world right now. What are they doing with her cells? They're doing mad scientist shit with her cells. Frankenstein, it's alive! Frankenstein shit. They have used the cells to develop drugs. You a pill popping nigga? Well, if you pop these pills, nigga, then you better say the melanated woman is God, because through research and development on her came your drugs. To treat herpes, HIV, Parkinson's, and hundreds of other drugs, nigga. Hundreds of other drugs, god damn it. Scientists have grown more than 200 tons of her cells. They say the queen's cells just keep growing and keep growing and keep growing. The first immortal line of cells. If they let the cells grow in, her ass will grow back to a whole goddamn woman. If they let her cells keep growing, she will reincarnate right now, family. Okay? Okay? So now, we got these genes. We got these genes from the melanated woman, and these genes ain't no fucking joke. If you ain't took nothing from this, hopefully you took that. She's called mitochondrial Eve. The melanated woman is called mitochondrial Eve. Mitochondrial Eve is the common ancestor every human alive today has. We can trace our genes back to a single female believed to have lived 150 to 250,000 years ago. But we don't know. We don't know. Her ass could have been here for 1 trillion years, and we just don't know. Probably in the east of Africa. Tanzania somewhere, who knows? Here we go. Here we go. How that look to you, fellas? That look good, right? To me, that look good. That's what a woman look like. Eros, Cupid don't resonate with me as the god of love. That's the God of love to me. That's what I find beautiful, not no baby boy like the damn Tamahu. Scientifically, the black woman is the only organism that possesses the mitochondrial DNA that has all the variations possible for every different kind of human being on this goddamn planet. When the DNA of the black woman mutates, all other human beings come out. Okay, family? This is called the Eve gene. It is only found in her. Only found in her. But Crumb, what about sperm? What about it, nigga? Nah, I'm joking. All right, that's a good question, sir. That's a good question. What about sperm? So now, I just looked up mitochondrial DNA. How is mitochondrial DNA inherited? Is mitochondrial DNA maternally or paternally inherited? Do you get some of it from your daddy? Look at here, mitochondrial. But Crumb, the sperm has mitochondria in it too. So the baby gets some of the mitochondria from the daddy too. In most animals, including humans, although the sperm is derived in patrial mitochondria, when it enters the oocyte or cytoplasm after fertilization, after the woman's egg gets fertilized, their mitochondrial DNA is never transmitted to the offspring. This mitochondrial DNA is never transmitted to the offspring. The pattern of mitochondrial DNA inheritance is well known as maternal inheritance. So for these babies, these women to get pregnant, you don't need no sperm to get pregnant. She was the virgin. She gave birth all by herself. Why do you inherit mitochondrial DNA from your mother? Mitochondrial DNA is a genetic material found in mitochondria. It is passed in the mother to both sons and daughters, but sons cannot pass along their mother's DNA to their children. That is because the DNA is transmitted through the female's egg. You inherit your DNA exclusively from your mother. The melanated woman is God. I want to cuss, I want to fuss to make my point, but I know y'all not going to hear me. But let me cuss anyway. You inherited your DNA exclusively from your goddamn mama. Okay? How does mitochondrial DNA, how is it inherited? In sexual reproduction, mitochondria is normally inherited exclusively from the mother. The mitochondria is the mitochondria of sperm is usually destroyed by the egg cell after fertilization. The fact that mitochondrial DNA is maternally inherited enables genealogy research to trace material lineages back into time. So when y'all motherfuckers come to me talking about y'all came from the rib of Adam and Jesus' father is Joseph. Joseph wasn't Jesus' father, and even if he was, Jesus' bloodline came through Mary. Okay, goddamn it. Maybe I shouldn't yell. Maybe I should say some sweet words to you when I cuss. Okay, motherfucker. Maternal inheritance of mitochondrial DNA is generally observed in many eukaryotes. Sperm-derived paternal mitochondria and other DNA enter the cytoplasm upon fertilization and then normally disappears during early embryogenesis. Mitochondria, it never makes it in. And if it does make it in, it is destroyed. Okay, family? You are a woman. Men, you are half women. Let me bring this home one more time. All babies are female in the first 5 weeks of pregnancy. We're created in God's image. The woman is the template. She is God incarnate. Okay, family? Okay? All babies in the first 5 weeks of conception are female. Deal with that one. Go look that shit up. Okay? Crumb, I don't believe it. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to look it up. Fuck you. All right, well. That's a true statement. You don't agree with it, and you're not going to look it up. So fine. I'll present information. And I'm about 90% done, family. Salute to the family for hanging in there. I got how many people I got rocking with me right now? I got about 60 people going strong. All right, Patricia, you sending me some stuff. How about you pass this stuff around, Patricia? I got about 60 some, almost 70, jumping to 69 on my thing, but it's not showing up there. Anyway, all right, where are we at? Presentation. Okay, so it is not until the second trimester that the clitoris begins to elongate. The foreskin is really vagina skin. That's why males get circumcised. So there you go, family. That's the clitoris. You can see the clitoris. And those are the vagina lips. You can see the lips. Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me. That's the vagina. This is in the first 5 weeks. You have a vagina, fellas. Then the clitoris comes out. Then the clitoris extends more. It's elongating, family. And it's getting bigger. And it's protruding. And now the lips of the vagina are now going to form the scrotum. It's starting to look like a little nutsack. But you know that, your son's balls don't drop until a little bit later. So now, somebody had posted this on my page. They said the clitoris is really a penis. Hold on, I gotta stand up for this one. It's a little bit blurry. The clitoris is really a penis. The clitoris comes from the same embryonic tissue as the penis. During the development phase, approximately 12 weeks, the genitalia decide whether or not they are going to become a penis or labia based on the chromosomes that was dealt. Its competent components are similar to the penis as well. If it has a glans or foreskin, aka hood, erectile tissue, like a shiny shaft. Only a quarter of the clitoris is visible. Only a quarter of the clitoris is visible, family. Some women have large clitorises, and if she was circumcised and you saw, because women get circumcised too, if you saw her clitoris right now, family, might be damn near the size of your fucking dick. Her penis about big as your penis, nigga. Get your weight up, okay? So here we go. Penis is an elongated clitoris. I just had to show you some clear pictures. So now it says, I think it's like a little comedy thing because I like to joke around a little bit. Okay, it's kind of small, so I gotta go close. I don't really understand what I'm looking at here. Join me, friend, as we examine how everyone privates have the same basic structures. All embryos start out with the same material that will eventually turn into genitals. At 7 weeks, these bits, those bits all start rearranging themselves to become the genitals that everyone recognizes. That's right, family. When I read in different voices. That's how I read to my kids. So here we go. All right, so we start right here. The glans clitoris, the labia major, the vagina entrance, and the anus. The gland clitoris, urethral folds, some words I can't say. And then this hole at 7 weeks closes up, and it eventually closes, forming his urethra. But if it was hers, her urethra is just pointed inside. That's where the pee comes through your tube and a semen. And then eventually he finally has his penis. And, these are women saying this. Now, I'm sure they're probably feminists. And, in light of this feminist cartoon that I just posted, I want to say fuck feminists. Because when Crumb Snatcher deals with shit, he deals with the origins. The origins of feminists based off the white woman struggle dealing with the white man. Our people don't deal with that, so fuck feminism. But anyway, I just want to go down the line real quick. Your testes, brothers, your testes are ovaries. I don't know if you knew this or not, but your testes, they're really ovaries. In the beginning, that's what they were. That's why some of y'all bitch ass niggas, your balls ain't dropped. Your balls ain't dropped. You got ovaries. That's why she call you a bitch ass nigga. Now, your vas deferens. I'm getting a little So anyway, if we look from the testes, we have this tube. That's called the vas deferens. That's the vas deferens, family. So your vas deferens is really the fallopian tube. So there go your balls. There go your testicles, which is the ovary. Fallopian tube, that's your vas deferens. So there you go, family. You're really a woman. And before you had a vas deferens, it was really your fallopian tubes. And if your balls never drop, nigga, then you still got a fallopian tube. You don't got a vas deferens because you a bitch ass nigga. Step your game up. Prostate. Your prostate is really your Skene's gland. I keep telling women, you can have a baby without a man. How can I have a baby without a man? I don't have a prostate gland. Queen. Yes, you do. I'm going to call you queen because I don't want to call you nothing mean and upset you. I know you be emotional. So now, Skene's gland. Also known as the lesser vestibular gland. Some other stuff. But anyway, I already highlighted it though. Female prostate. Let me back it up. Female prostate. Okay? So you got a prostate gland because he came from you. Where did he get his prostate gland from? He got it from you. I was going to put something here, but I don't know what. So I'm going to delete this slide. Where's delete at? Delete slide. Okay. So moving forward. Almost done. Here is an anatomy of your brain. The brain cut in half, looking at the inside of the brain. This is the very middle of the brain. So this eyebrow is called the corpus callosum. Just in case you can't see it, some of you may recognize this. This is the eye of Horus. The eyebrow of Horus is called the corpus callosum. So now you can kind of see better, and the eye is the thalamus gland. So hopefully you can see the eye, which is the thalamus gland, and you can see the eyebrow, which is the corpus callosum. So when I did my research on that, I have found this. Well, actually, I found this and then I found that. Women think with both sides of the brain simultaneously. Men only think with one at a time. Women have a larger corpus callosum. This gives her the ability to think with both sides of her brain simultaneously. Go look it up, family. I don't need y'all to be debating me with your opinions. Don't be opinionated, be informed. I don't need your emotions. Information over emotions, okay? It is important to note that her brain is not smaller. Crumb, women are smaller than men, and her brain is smaller. See, look at me. I got a big head, and look at her. She got a small head. She has a small body. Everything on her body is smaller than mine. Everything on my body is bigger than hers. I have a bigger brain than she does. Brother, you are true. You are right and exact. Your brain is bigger than hers. Now, let's check the math. It is important to note that her brain is more compact. You got the same amount of nerves as she does. So now let's do a comparison. Your nerves shoot electricity and other nerves receive it. So let's say your nerve is a landline phone. Anybody on my Facebook page ever called Jamaica? You got family in Jamaica you ever called? You ever called Africa? You got friends in Africa you ever called? You ever called Europe or somewhere outside of continental US? Well, why is this important? Because there's a lag. When you call somebody, you be like, gring, gring, hello? The other person on the phone don't hear you say hello until 5 seconds later. So you be like, no, let's say 3 seconds. Gring, gring, hello? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Hello? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Hey, yeah, this is David in America calling John in Africa. How you doing, John? 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Oh, hey, Dave. This is John. I'm very well. There's a lag, family. Why is this important? Because the same amount of wiring. Let's say brain was telephone wiring. You have the same amount of telephone wiring that she has. The difference is your wiring spreads out farther than she does. So now if I'm calling my next door neighbor, the second I dial his number, 5293621. The second you hit one, gring, his phone ring. Because the connection happens so quickly. But the second you dial my number, because I'm in China, 32953. 67229-364. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. It finally rings. So why is this important? Because she has the same amount of wiring, but it's more closer together. That means that information is traveling faster because it doesn't have as long of a distance to travel. She also has more white brain tissue versus gray brain tissue. This is the connective tissue. These are connections, wiring. This is the connective tissue, so she can literally make connections faster. Crumb, what are you talking about? This is the reason why she potty trains faster. Little girls potty train faster than little boys. Facts. They learn to walk faster than little boys. Facts. They learn to talk before little boys. Facts. Little girls mature. So this is age birth to 2. My son didn't learn how to get potty trained until he was 2. My sister's daughter learned how to potty train at 9 months. I cried. I swear to God, I cried. I was so embarrassed with my baby. I was sad. I was depressed. I thought my baby was retarded. I was comparing him to everybody else's child, not realizing that boys develop at a different pace than girls do. So when I was an early father, early within my parenthood, like a dumbass, I beat my son doing potty training. I spanked him doing potty training, which was completely wrong of me because I didn't give him time to learn. So stop beating your fucking kids, okay? So at 12 years old, she's maturing faster than he is. At 21, or let's say 16 years old, she's falling in love faster than he does. It takes him a longer time to fall in love, but trust me, when his bitch ass fall in love, his ass ain't strong as her. His ass done cheated, she stuck by him. His ass done had another baby, she done took care of the goddamn baby. Her ass going like a nigga picture on Facebook, his ass crying, broken down, hurt. Never forgive her. He gonna take that shit to his grave. Because a man emotional. A woman, you break up with her, it take her some time to get over your ass, but once she over you, she over you. A man break up with you, his ass need to find another woman to help him cope with the pain. Because his bitch ass can't take it. So now, when women brains are more compact, she's able to comprehend further and more advanced than you are. That's why when you try to talk to her, when she try to talk to her man, he can't hear her. Literally, he's tuned her out, not on accident, because he was focused on something. Maybe even watching TV or deep into his work. But her ass, she's able to multitask. She's doing all types of shit. And that's just a day in the life of the Queen Mother Goddess. So here's a little cartoon. I found this very amusing. They're on a date. They're eating pizza. You see the pizza right there? They're on a date and they're eating pizza. So he's jabbing along, talking about just bullshit, whatever. Now, these are attesting to her brain and how she operates. What is she listening to? She's listening to tone, inflection, point of view, double entendres, innuendos, hidden allegory. She's capturing everything. Now, when it's time for her to talk, keep in mind, she's jabbering on just about, whatever. When it's time for him to listen, though, because they're on a date, they're eating pizza. His ass don't pick up on nothing except for how good the goddamn pepperoni is. Nigga, please. Come on now. Come on, somebody. So that's it. That's it, family. 99% of the folks will challenge my post, but will never challenge their kid's teacher. I'm not talking about go challenge the Pope. I'm not talking about go challenge Donald Trump. Your ass won't even challenge a first grade goddamn teacher. But you'll talk clean shit about me no matter how much information I share with you. But the reality is, they already know because they've been studying your ass. But your ass ain't been studying shit. And your ass don't know shit. Okay? So I'm just trying to help your ass get a clue. So let me go over here. And I'm going to go to YouTube. So in YouTube, because right now, let's see if it's going to show. I got about 70 people following me right now. It's still saying 63. Oh, that's because I didn't refresh it. Let me refresh this real quick. Somebody sending me a message. If you sending me a message, family, go and watch this video. How about that? That's the message I want you to get. All right, so in my joint, I got about 70 people following me right now. Rock with me. If you rock with me, rock with me. So I want to give this message to the people really quickly. So if you go, and because this is the end of the video, I'm done. I'm done with the video. If you go to YouTube and you follow me on YouTube, which I'm asking you, I'm not telling you, family, I'm asking you, follow me on YouTube, please. Pretty please. You go, yeah, Crumb, I'm gonna follow you. If you type in Crumb Snatcher, 2 channels will come up. One where it says Crumb in the profile picture, and one that doesn't. The one that doesn't, I got only 2 videos up there, family. That is my page, but it was hacked. Almost got 350 people following me, subscribing. But the page is hacked. I don't got access, no videos. But the one that says Crumb in it, that has 19 videos. And the family is just now starting to subscribe. So with that said, I'm going to switch it back to me. All right, come on, family. Switch on over. Switch over. I hit the button. All right, there we go. All right, so the melanated woman is God. I just want to say peace, love, respect. Send me a friend request, please, and thank you. Follow me, share this video, like the video, comment, share your comments, family. I don't bite. Just don't troll me. Watch the video. Don't ask no question and ain't watch the fucking video. Watch the video. Share it. Comment. Talk to me. Any questions you may have, I'll try to answer them. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on Facebook. I want to say much love and thank you to everybody. The last thing I want to say is that not only the melanated woman is God, but the female energy is love. And I come with my female energy saying I love you. Because I do, family. I love y'all. Y'all be thinking I don't be knowing who you are or seeing your comments or noticing when you share and I just be loving everybody's shit. No, really, I follow you too. I'm paying attention. I know a lot of y'all trolls. I love y'all too. Fuck it. I love everybody. I'm a fucking fool. I love everybody. All right, so with that said, peace, 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 peace.
I love you.
Peace, peace.
I love you. Salute. I love you. Salute. I love you. Salute. I love you. I love you. Salute. I love you. Salute. I love you. Salute. I'm your humble brother. I'm your humble brother.
Get snatched.
Natural hair is empowering, asshole.
Baby, baby, I'm falling in love. You got me falling in love again. You make me falling in love again. You got me falling in love again. Baby, baby, I'm falling in love. You make me falling in love again. You got me falling in love again. You make me falling in love again. Girl, you look good to me. No.